Of course, everybody know me as favorite Dada boy. I do bywords. I translate Yoruba Proverbs into English.
Hi everyone, my name is Eunice and I'm a master student of Nottingham Trent University, Confetti, studying content creation. My project is around preserving the Nigerian culture through the use of technological advancement and content creation. And here we have with me your favorite Dada boy. I saw him on Instagram and I was just so connected. I knew this would be one of the people I'm going to be interviewing. Basically, he's a Nigerian content creator who uses Yoruba adage, explains it and make it clearer to this contemporary world. Hi, our favorite Dada boy. How are you doing?
Hi everybody, good evening, good morning, anytime. My name is Kraney and of course everybody know me as favorite Dada boy. I do bywords. I translate Yoruba Proverbs into English.
So you mentioned that you translate Yoruba adage to English. What would I say motivates you to doing this most times?
To be very sincere, I wouldn't say I had this particular motivation when I started translating these proverbs, but all I would say is I was trying to find a very easy content that would, of course, that everybody could actually relate to. I didn't want something that was very, very obvious to everybody, something everybody does. I just wanted to be very unique. And of course, on this particular day, I just decided to go online, search through what should I do. Fortunately, I was able to find this particular kind of content, and trust me, I wasn't deep into this Yoruba thing. I don't know how to speak that much, but of course, I felt like if I was able to go into this kind of content, it would be very catchy for my audiences. And immediately I put out the first content, I had this morale and ginger from a lot of people, which made me want to do more of this content. And of course, I found my inspiration from this ginger and I was like, okay, fine, let's do this. That's how we got here.
Alright, so the first time I saw your content online, I was quite motivated. I was like, wow, who is this Dada boy who speaks Yoruba and translates? And this is actually something that is very motivating and something I really have passion for. So for you, basically, how do you think your content online can help in preserving the Nigerian culture?
So basically, I didn't grow up in the western part of Nigeria. I was born and brought up in the north. To be very sincere, I didn't know how to speak this exact language. I didn't know how to speak it very fluent because our parents would not speak to us in Yoruba. Most times we speak Pidgin, we speak Hausa, and they speak Yoruba like very rare. It's very rare for you to find them speaking Yoruba to us. And of course, I have a lot of friends around me who do not even know how to speak. I'm better than some of them. But so ever since I started this content, people who are not Yoruba by tribe, because I have audiences from other languages, I've always seen messages from them saying, yeah, ever since they came across my content, they've been able to learn very little of these languages. Some of them know how to speak little proverbs ever since I started. I have a friend who always message me and all he always says is, dear. Okay, I had a content like that I put out and I think it was dear, which is little by little. So that was the only thing he knows how to speak, dear. And he knew it was little by little. So I have messages in my message requests. Some of them might comment and he'd be like, I'm very glad I came across your page. And of course, ever since I came across your page, I've been able to understand these languages. Along the line, some of them even said, I think you can divert to doing in other tribes, probably Hausa. And I was like, oh. But I am glad that a lot of people could pick interest in this thing. And of course, they could actually relate, and of course they really want to learn.
I also noticed when I checked your page that you are used to wearing a particular clothes that has an inscription that says, now this is the meaning to that. what motivated that? I know some content creators who probably are trying to preserve the Nigerian culture but never infuse that uniqueness to themselves. So what motivated that?
Okay, so when I started the content creation, I, of course, after seeing the Yoruba content, I always want to like translate into English. So I started with, what's the name? After the proverbs, I will translate, and then when I'm about to give the meaning to the proverb, I used to say, now this is the meaning to that. And I kept saying it continuously. And a lot of people noticed it, they like, I don't know, I think that's one of the things that's always been ringing in their head. Now this is the meaning to that. So there was a proverb I made and I didn't put now this is the meaning to that. I just said it straightforward and they're like, where is now this is the meaning to that? And I was like, oh, okay, so so you guys have been waiting for this. So I always wanted to like make it a brand, like for myself. So ever since I started, I think around December, I've been wanting to have this rebranding, and of course I was looking for something to add up to my content, something very unique. So I got this, and in January I was like, okay fine, let me make a rebrand. What if we make this thing like a trademark where everybody know when they hear now this is the meaning, so that they know they're definitely listening to Kraney here. And I got the rebranding, I got merch for it, and yeah, we have it here. Now this is the meaning to that. Now this is the meaning to that.
Yeah, so you mentioned branding, and I guess that will lead to my next question. How would you advise other content creators out there to bring a sense of uniqueness to their content? How would you advise them to see it as not just my Instagram page, not just my YouTube channel, but seeing it as a brand that needs to be unique? So how would you advise other content creators in your own way?
Okay, so I used to say something to myself, and this is what I used to say. I say, it doesn't matter if we are over 20 doing this same kind of content that I'm doing. It doesn't matter if we are more than 50, but what makes me stand out is my own unique style of delivery, and that's the point where we bring in branding. I seriously do not think you should beat yourself too much if you can't deal with branding. Of course, you have to start like very little, step, and of course, when you are bold enough to brand yourself, to brand whatever you're doing, why not go for it? But if you're not stable enough to brand it, just don't push yourself, just do it gradually. The branding comes with growth, so the more you're growing, the more you are branding your whatever you're doing. So for every content creators out there who always want their contents to be very unique, this is the part where branding comes in. Okay, let me use this scenario. Imagine you've been shooting with a phone of low quality, and while you are advancing in this content creation stuff, you are still shooting with it. It means it is one part of your content creation where it shows you are not growing. I'm sorry to say, but it is one part of it where it shows you're not growing. But in as much as you are moving for, trust me, you can't be using 2 years on a content and you are still shooting on a very low quality gadget, because that's branding. That's what everybody wants to see, regardless of the message you are passing. People still want to see that growth.
Yeah, so you mentioned that you use Twitter and then let's just say social media basically to do basic research before you put your content out there. You try to understand some Yoruba adage and then break it down to this contemporary world where a Yoruba who probably do not have much information about our culture or just anybody can understand. With this, I would like to ask, what are the benefits of making proper research before putting your content out there?
All right, so I think there was this time when I made this research and I shot this project, but of course I spoke some proverbs. I said them out, and only for me to find out for real, it wasn't the correct pronunciation, and I didn't pronounce it well. And of course, you know how difficult, how twisted Yoruba language can be. One thing can actually mean four different things. So I said it, and I edited, I posted it online. A lot of people didn't notice it, but the few people would notice it. Now, this is the problem here. In as much as one person has noticed it and the person comments that, oh yeah, you made a mistake here, a lot of people started commenting and they were like, this is it, this is it. And even when I was trying to acknowledge the fact that yes, I made an error, I still kept on getting different kind of comments. Some were like, if you don't know how to pronounce this word, just bother don't create content. I was like, hey, Sumisiwala. And I was like, oh, should I just lock the comments section? And I said I was not going to lock it. Let me just leave it like that. I think the word was akpiroro. I can't remember thereabouts. And I was like, okay, I was not going to lock the comment section. This is one of the challenges you have to deal with as a content creator. And this particular thing happened during the period when my contents were going viral on TikTok, because TikTok became one of the social media platforms where I had a lot of audiences. That was, I think, that was a month after I started content creation. So for the fact that people were seeing it, a lot of people, it drew a lot of attention of people. And before you know it, it happens to be like one of my most viral video, which I am seriously not proud of, because my errors are being viral, are going viral, and I was like, okay, fine, let's just leave it there. I will not take it down. It's just one of the challenges I have to fix, because if I don't deal with these particular little challenges, of course, I wouldn't want to make more researches before shooting. And that is the point where my mom comes in, because basically she helps me, and when I'm shooting and I'm so confused about the pronunciation of a word, all I do is just call her. It doesn't matter the time I'm calling her. If I'm calling her 12 a.m., she will pick and she'll be like, even if she's sleepy, so she'll be like, oh, okay, Otibere. And that is one of the ways I validate my research. If my research is saying this is it, and I know this is it, I'll have to call my mom to confirm if this is it. And when she says yes, I'll be like, okay, fine, this is it.
It's an honor having you around here. Thank you, our favorite Dada boy. And see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.